Hello and welcome to Gaming Gain. My name is Muzz, and today I'm giving my impressions on The Last of Us Part 2. Now, all the footage in this will be from the early part of the game or just little gameplay segments which will have nothing to do with the story, won't spoil anything for you, so don't worry if that is something that you're worried about. The Last of Us Part 2, sequel to The Last of Us, funnily enough. Did it need a sequel? You could argue yes, maybe. No, but I'm enjoying The Last of Us Part 2. The story is interesting. They're taking some risks, which I appreciate. It has been an emotional roller coaster, and that's all I'm going to say in the story because I don't want to get into specifics. Talking about the gameplay, the combat is a little bit more fluid, a little bit more dynamic with Ellie because she's a lot more nimble. Could fit through gaps that Joel could never dream of fitting through, and she is just the combat's just more Last of Us really. It's brutal, it's intense, the melee combat is meaty. You've got a dodge now, so you can actually kind of get out of the way. The gunplay is as you'd expect, a little bit more challenging because of they're going for more realistic, so it can be difficult sometimes to pop a headshot, but that's just part of the game. The enemies are similar to the ones in The Last of Us. You've got the humans obviously, but this time you've got two human factions. You've got the Washington Liberation Front wolves, and then you've got the Scars, who are like a religious cult, and both of them play differently. With the wolves, you've got more guns, they're heavily armoured, there's a lot more of them it seems, and they come equipped with dogs as well, which can be a real pain because they can actually track your scent, which can be troublesome because it means you need to be constantly on the move, which is not always possible. And so that adds a bit of urgency to the combat. With the Scars, they're a little bit more secretive, a little bit more quieter. They have bows and arrows, and they use whistle commands to communicate, so it's not always obvious if they've spotted you or not, but they are very intimidating because of what they do to people. And then you have obviously the infected. You've got your classic runners. You've got the clickers are back with their very recognizable noises that they make, which are just with the headphones on, it's really creepy. Then you have I believe they're called prowlers. I'm not sure, but they are essentially like a weaker version of the clicker, but they actually stalk you. Instead of just running straight at you when they're laying at you, they try and ambush you, which changes up the gameplay nicely because it means that you're not just trying to focus on the ones that are going to come straight at you. You really need to watch your corners. You need to focus and try to spot them before they spot you. And then you have one of the bigger enemies, which I forget the name of, but they run at you and just explode spores all over you, which could be pretty lethal. They are a tough enemy. I ended up first couple of encounters just sneaking past them because I was like, I don't want anything to do with y'all. But apart from that, it's more Last of Us. The environmental storytelling is still there. the going into people's apartments, people's businesses, pre-infection, finding notes that find just the interesting little stories that you find in different areas that actually kind of interlink with other stories. You'll find a note talking about one person, then you'll find that person's note. It's all very good, and they've added a little bit more exploration to it. The levels feel certainly a lot bigger in terms of, and more open in terms of the bits that you can explore. And the characters are very, very good. Ellie, one of the best protagonists in a game, I think. You've got Dina, you've got Jessie, who are your companions. You've got Joel, obviously, and yeah, it is just a very well acted game. Tommy's also there. It's just very well acted, top of the tree in terms of acting in video games, in my opinion. The graphics are incredible. I swear, some of the plants and the trees that you see are realistic. They look so nice. The facial animations are ridiculously realistic. Like, it is a brutal game, and the fact that a lot of the NPCs have names, like a lot of the people you kill, they will actually get called out by their real name, which is an interesting mechanic, because obviously they're trying to paint a more realistic society, and this does that, because if you give someone a name, then, you know, I understand it's just an NPC in a video game, but you get what I'm trying to get at. You know, they're trying to go that little bit step and making it more realistic and more grounded in this universe. But that, I'm still playing it. I still have a ways to go, I think, but I'm enjoying it. Do I think it's better than the first one? I'll wait to decide that. I was a little bit disappointed that there was no multiplayer, but with seeing how long the story is, it seems like it was the smart choice. As much as I loved The Last of Us multiplayer and the first one, they've clearly went all in on crafting a beautiful world. Seattle is, you know, it's a destroyed, broken down place, but some of the scenes that you see are beautiful. Some of the landscaping is beautiful. Some of the destruction is beautiful, because it's a good looking game. Clearly put a lot of work in to this game, which is what we wanted. And I think that is it. I can't really think of anything else to really discuss. Talked about the combat, talked about the new enemies. There's no real new weapons, apart from Ellie doesn't have you don't need craft shivs anymore. She has a knife, which makes it a little bit easier for combat encounters. I'm playing it on hard, and I've found my groove now where, yeah, I'm not really finding it that difficult, which I guess is good, but I kind of like The Last of Us for a challenge. You know, stealthing by people, saving your resources for a set piece moment. But hey, that's just the way it is. So yeah, I think that is it. So if you like what you see on the channel, please ring the bell, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Leave your thoughts, comments, general hostile remarks below. Thank you very much. Bye bye.